good, broskies, and welcome back to AK Comaverse. Now today we're checking out a video from Jax, Gameloft, the king of mobile ripoffs. If you enjoyed this, make sure you go check out his channel because I think it's gonna be a banger right here.
Gameloft is a titan of the mobile game industry, and they got that status by ripping off games by more popular developers or making cheap cash grabs for Disney and Hasbro. Let me show you some examples. You have heard of TF2, but let me introduce you to Blitz Brigade, a class-based shooter with iconic mercs such as Stealth, Gunner, Demolisher, Engineer, GTA.
Are you making fun of a woman engineer? I'm gonna be honest with you, I think in the past I've played a couple of Gameloft games and they're low-key bangers. Obviously, it's not gonna be something you play for like 5 to 10 years like Clash Royale or something, but they got a little bit of a charm to them.
Nah, I be on that Gangstar Vegas. Forza Horizon, more like Asphalt 9. In this video,
I love that
I'll
game.
be going...
Asphalt 9's a banger. I love that game. I've been playing the Asphalt for a little while, especially back on my iPad days. Like, oh, baby. You can't disrespect the Asphalt games, but there's something about them that's like, it hits properly.
Vegas. Forza Horizon, more like Asphalt 9. In this video, I'll be going over Gameloft and their empire built upon stealing other people's ideas. So first, let's talk about Gameloft's history. Gameloft was founded by Michael Guillemot, one of the 5 founders of Ubisoft. Oh no. Anyways, Gameloft defines themselves as pioneers of video game creation since the 2000s. And right below this statement, you have Asphalt 9, Sonic Runners, and Ice Age Village.
I didn't want to say this, but the Ubisoft disrespect is getting out of hand now. We recently just watched a video on Ubisoft and why Watch Dogs failed, and they're saying to the community hates Ubisoft. Now that I'm watching this video, they're hitting on Ubisoft again. Like, bro, what do y'all boys really have against Ubisoft? Lately, they've been dropping banger after banger after banger. Like, give them a break, please. Also, I think I've heard of Sonic Run Adventures. I think I've played that before. Never heard of the Ice Age Village one.
Truly some of the most innovating games of our time. Anywho, Gameloft's history besides that is not very well documented, so now I'm just going to talk about their games. Their games are actually relatively good. Well, basically, when 90% of the App Store is just Smash 3 games that have some weird pregnancy law behind them, it's not that hard for a company with more than 3,000 employees to make what count as a good game. But this...
I've been trying to play those Smash games for a little while now, and they never just give you what you want. I just want to smash and crash. I don't want to do others like the lore stuff, you know? When you go into that, like, farm cleaner or whatever, like, you own a farm and it's a Smash game, like a Candy Crush type of game, it's like, I don't want to do both of them. Give me one game, give me another game. Separate them. If I just want to clean the barn, I'm going to clean the barn. If I want to play Smash, I'm going to play Smash. Stop combining these games. The idea doesn't get better because you keep combining stupid stuff, bruh.
More than 3,000 employees to make what count as a good game. But this upper hand doesn't stop them from trying their hardest to rob you every living second you spent on their games. Almost all their games are either pay to win or pay to play, or if you're lucky, both. The games themselves are not exactly perfect or above average even, but they are brought down even more by the sheer amount of microtransactions and advertisements they have.
I believe it though.
Now, I don't really mind cosmetic transactions in a game, but what Gameloft does is that they create a handicap in the game and then make it so the only way to resolve it is by paying money. For example, while making this video, I played one of their games called Linda Brown. It's one of those choose-your-own-adventure games where the gameplay consists of picking things to wear and clicking on dialogue options. You know, the kind of game that has incredibly weird advertisements.
What do you mean by that?
Anywho,
I love those type of games, bruh. I ain't putting no money in, but I love those games. Somebody just needs to start, like, giving it to us for free, man. Somebody hack the mainframe, put it on an APK, and send it my way, please.
In this game, there is this one scene where you can pick up a phone call from a future love interest, but it requires gems, and the game purposefully forced you to spend gems in a previous scene. So now the whole point of the game, it being that you can create your own story, is ruined because you have no say in what happens in the story unless you start spending money on it. And mind you, all this is happening in the first 30 minutes of gameplay. There is nothing wrong with microtransactions in general, but the problem is that Gameloft makes it so all the transactions are not just something for the fans to support the developer, but more so things that that are required if you want to experience more than 5% of the game. I kid you not, I've seen better advertisement and microtransaction practices from indie developers. You know, the people who could actually use the extra money. They decide it would be too scummy to shove an ad in your face every time you open the menu.
Yep.
But Gameloft though, no, they need all the money in the world.
Is that
Okay,
really
so
on
before I talk
Gameloft
about their
though?
games,
Can I just interject right here? Is that really on Gameloft though? Because I haven't played mobile games for a little while now. That is how they legit make their money. And honestly, if they weren't making that type of money for these mobile companies, they'd probably go out of business. I'm just saying that right now. They need to throw in as many ads as possible. Usually with games like this, they don't really have like item shops. Well, now everything has an item shop. So like the shooter games and the racing games, everything has an item shop now, but back in the day, it was like, okay, you could pay to get rid of the ads real quick, and we're gonna spam that. Games like BitLife, you know? I think that's what it's called. It's been a while since I played, but BitLife, you get to make different options, you get to control your life, but then you have to pay to get rid of the ads. That's a good thing. Now they're adding new packs. You know, you could be an astronaut, you could be an athlete, you could be a president. It's annoying as hell. I feel like it's ruining the game, but at least they're giving you something for it. Gameloft, it seems like you're finessing me. I can't even get through the story without paying money. Like, that doesn't even make sense, man. That's some BS.
No, they need all the money in the world. Okay, so before I talk about their games, I need to show you guys something. You see, this is my eviction notice. It's very real, as you can tell. So, can you guys please subscribe and join my Discord to money. Now, I am going to review their games, starting from Gangsta Vegas. Gangsta Vegas is a lot like GTA, and I don't mean that as in, oh, you can get in cars and kill people. This is the new Dark Souls. No, but really, this game is pretty much the only relatively good GTA alternative on the App Store. The game itself has a fairly big but empty open world. As you can see from the map,
I know we're talking about the App Store right now, but let me know if y'all boys have ever tried APB Reloaded. That is one of the first games I ever got when I had a PlayStation 4 because my cousin told me to hop on it, and that game sucks so much. It is so trash. This game right here that he's talking about with Gangsta Vegas might be better. I'm just saying.
App Store. The game itself has a fairly big but empty open world. As you can see from the map, there is a lot of things you can do in the open world, but almost all of them cost real money. Oh, you found a loot crate? Well, you better be ready to pay us gems to open it. Oh, you used all your gems to unlock story levels? Well, you can always buy more gems. You get the drift. That's basically every side quest in this game. But really, the focus of the game is the story mode. And yes, this game does have a story. Now, I've played this game many times when I was a child, but I've never finished it because I would always get to the point where the guns the game gave me were just too weak, or I wouldn't be able to level up enough to unlock new levels. But I do know the gist of the story. You play as Ryan Gosling, and you're told by a mob boss that you need to go down in a fight because he has a lot of money bet against you.
You understand what I'm saying? You down in the fourth.
Now you and your big testosterone arms accidentally knock out the other guy. Now the mob is after you and they want to kill you in your sleep. So you call one of your family friends called Vera. She is the old woman, but you know, she still has it type of character. And in her first scene, she squishes some guy's balls. Basically, she owns half the city. This is Karen. She is a love interest sent by Vera to save you.
I'm guessing you're the one who called?
Yeah.
The rest of the game is basically you doing missions for people to earn back your freedom.
We can protect your kid, but
from the mob,
you're
obviously.
gonna have to work to earn that protection. Them's the rules. One of my
There's a beautiful
earners
lady
named
behind that box
E-Man
right there.
might be able
And I
to
can
use it.
smell it from here.
So something I like about the story mode is the characters. Not all of them, but some of them I do like. I really
No, unfortunately my PC just crashed, but we're getting right back into it.
like E-Man. He's this conspiracy theorist who also cooks meth. And his voice actor is one of the few that actually does a good job with his lines.
E-Man? Sometimes, sure, okay. Sometimes not so much. Depends upon your perspective, I guess.
It seems like Gameloft is really putting money into these games right here. So them trying to scrape nickel and dime your microtransactions, maybe it's because they're putting a little bit more effort in. This game looks like something you would expect from a mobile game, so I mean, I don't see the problem here.
Right.
Karen is the badass, she ain't need no man. And honestly, they do flesh her out later in the game and show us that even though she's a criminal, she has a very strong moral code. I really like that kind of stuff, so 5 out of 1.2.
Damn.
Good job, game, you got a star. Honorable mentions are probably Racer Girl. We don't see her much, but she's hot, and also personality or something.
I can agree.
Girl, how are you, my darling?
be better if I had some of your bitches brew.
Damn.
And then you have Ronnie Q, who is this witty psychopath. She has some really funny lines, but also she pays you to kill people, whilst she makes some really questionable noises.
That was amazing.
So yeah, 10 out of 10 character. And
What
what I
just
don't
happened
like
right
is
there?
the general writing. Sometimes the writing is fine.
Muscle, speaking of illegal underground street races,
When were you talking about illegal underground street races?
we're talking about them. Right now. Muscle, keep up.
But other times, it feels like the characters are being held at gunpoint and asked to explain their backstory.
I've known guys like Frank my whole life. Back in Boston, there was a jerk-off just like him who thought loyalty was a one-way street. Sure, he'll play nice while it's in his interest, but the next thing you know, your brother's dead.
What is bro yapping? Like, we're driving right now. What more do you want from him? I feel like that's the perfect time to put some dialogue like this to give you a little bit of backstory, you know? Anywhere else, it would just truly be out of place and it'd be on like unskippable cutscene, right? Right here, you're already driving. If you crash, he's probably gonna say something and then you won't have to hear it anymore. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he might be tricky. Yo, Jax, you might be tripping, dog. That was beautiful in my opinion.
Buying a one-way ticket to Las Vegas just to keep the peace.
I can't remember ever playing this
So
game.
yeah,
though.
it's a mixed bag. Now, you might be saying that maybe the gameplay makes up for the story. It
Yeah.
doesn't. I don't know why you would think that. It doesn't. The driving is mid. Some cars feel good to drive around, others makes you want to quit living. The gunplay is garbage. Some of this is due to the game being on mobile and me not being very good at aiming, but
Yeah, you do
also
suck.
it's just not that fun. The enemies are tanky and the guns just feel bad. The melee
How many
is
shots?
atrocious. It is so hard to have a single fight without trading HP that the Gulag minigame where you fight waves of people is literally a game of how much money you can spend on health items, because the melee damage is a game of luck, not skill. And now I don't want to be unfair, the game is free. Sure, it has a lot of ads, and if you want to play the game without paying Gameloft money, you
I
will
love
literally
those.
die trying. But it's free, and for that price tag, a game that has a story mode and side quests, it's a bargain. It's so good, in fact, that Gameloft made 2 other gangster games. Yeah, yay. I'm not gonna.
Bro, Gameloft has such a deep archive, man. I feel like if they don't promote their games, they're doing amazing. And by that, I mean, if they're not doing ads for their games and people just naturally coming towards them, they're doing amazing. They clearly have some like good ideas. Y'all can say they're just copying other people's hard work. This and that. Yappa. Need for Speed got inspired by something. Forza got inspired by something. What's it called? Gran Turismo got inspired by something. It doesn't matter. Every time there's an evolution, bruh. Every game on Roblox is basically just a copy of another game in real life, bruh. And we still enjoy those because they're making them for free, you know? They're putting hard work in and making them for free. That's exactly what's happening on Fortnite right now. They're putting a lot of games that are outside into the game. We're enjoying it, right? Like, that's what it should be, you know? You don't have to come up with a new idea every time. Just make the old idea better.
We'll talk about them though. Now, Gangsta Vegas is actually a surprisingly big game, and it can be a video on its own. So I'm just going to move along to the next game.
Might
Linda
as well.
Brown. Linda Brown is a romance game where you click on dialogue
Damn,
options
girl.
and pretend like you're the main character and people actually want to go out with you. It's funny because it's true. What's unique about this game compared to all the other games in this genre is that the art style looks like it's AI generated. The facial animations just don't feel right. It's like a game made by skinwalkers. Besides
Okay.
that, the story is generic love triangle stuff. Man likes girl, but man cheats, girl breaks up with man, another man likes girl, a third man likes girl, girl has to choose who to go out with.
I'm gonna be honest with you before we get too deep into this. I think the art style, because I had to just look a little bit more to make sure I wasn't tweaking, right? The art style looks like those Bachelor games. I don't know if you boys have ever played those, but the Bachelor games look pretty similar. I'm pretty sure Kim Kardashian had a game back in the day that looked pretty much like this one right here. Like, for the type user, which is probably like female, this is what their games usually look like. I'm just saying. So, I mean, I don't see a problem with this right here. It doesn't look
The
terrible.
man likes girl, a third man likes girl, girl has to choose who to go out with. Yeah, the story is honestly miserable. The only people that would be interested in this game are children and single women above 30. Children because of the lewd advertisements,
Facts.
and older ladies because they are obsessed with the idea of 7 men fighting each other for 1 woman. Now, in
Facts,
good old
yep.
GameSlop fashion, the whole game is filled with ads that pop up whenever anything happens. But worry not, there is also gems. If you want to make certain choices in the game, you need gems. These are not small choices, by the way. They're not choices like, oh, should I say hi or hello? No, they're big choices. Big choices that
J.
affect
Cole.
the game in meaningful ways. And
Number one, why the hell is J. Cole on my screen right now? Number two, you could probably get gems from like watching ads, right? I feel like he's not giving us a complete representation of everything. If you can get gems from watching ads, obviously it's still a little bit of a finesse, but I mean, at least they're giving you a free option, right? It's kind of like saying, well, there's a lottery and there's no way to enter for free. And it's like, oh yeah, if you mail this in, you could enter free. But no one's going to do that because it takes too much time. Doesn't matter if they're going to do it or not. Just like, it's an option, right? You got to state that.
No, they're big choices. Big choices that affect the game in meaningful ways, and yet they are locked behind gem walls. There are also tickets, which means you can't play too much of the game all at once, but rather you have to wait until they regenerate.
Damn.
Unless, of course, you have money. So honestly,
Number two, that also does make a lot of sense. If they didn't add tickets, you would get through the episode so quickly. Imagine you don't use any of the gems, right? You would get through the episode so quickly that after a little while, you'd be bored of the game and then you just delete it, you know? They're trying to keep you on the game for a little bit longer, so I can understand the tickets.
to wait until they regenerate. Unless, of course, you have
Game is
money.
Clash of Clans.
So honestly, this game really doesn't have too much to offer. I couldn't bear more than 2 chapters of it, so yeah, let's move on to the next game.
Literally,
This
same as Clash
CF2
of Clans.
ripoff, how is it? I don't want to repeat myself, but everything wrong with the ads and the microtransactions in the previous games, yeah, also bad in this game. However, this game is substantially more fun. So you have different classes to choose from, but as you start the game, you only have 2 unlocked: Hitler and Heavy.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. This game has some very weird themes. Like
Wait
the
a
red
minute.
team have their own flag and it's in red and black. And the soldier for the red team is, well, he is literally an SS soldier. So yeah, take that as you will, I guess. The game itself is pretty dead. I went into 2 matches and both of them had less than 5 players. In one of the
Damn.
matches, it was just me and another guy. And I absolutely ruined his day.
Y'all can't drop a couple of bots in. This is the type of game where we want bots. We wouldn't care. When you're adding hella bots to Fortnite, it's like, wait a minute, we don't want that. In a game like this, it's literally perfect.
5 kills, no deaths. That man has probably stopped playing video games altogether. He has got a job. He works
He
at
should.
McDonald's now. I destroyed him in like a, I don't know, 10-year-old game that no one cares about. But I did it though. So yeah, everything wrong with the previous games, still wrong with this one. But overall, more fun experience. Also, you can taunt people in this game. So 10 out of Conga Line taunt. So the last game I want to talk about is the My Little Pony game. Now, I'm going to be real, I didn't have high hopes for this game, but this is worse than I would have ever imagined.
This looks
so
good.
The game starts with the same storyline as the show. You know, the sun and moon god live in harmony, but then the Chaos Emeralds get captured by Robotnik, and the
Have y'all ever watched My Little Pony? 'Cause I feel like I watch a lot of weird shows in my day, but there's one that I never watched, like, at all. Never saw a commercial. Well, I've seen a commercial for it probably. Like, never watched it, never wanted to watch it, never thought about watching. Like, let me know what y'all boys are on.
the sun and moon god live in harmony, but then the Chaos Emeralds get captured by Robotnik, and the world falls into eternal darkness, and one fairy creature has to try to fix it all. Oh no, wait, that's the plot for Sonic Unleashed. But their plots are basically quite similar. Now the game itself is Clash of Clans? You basically spend time rebuilding Ponyville and bringing your friends back into town. This
That's
game
beautiful.
isn't too awful. It is still pay to win, but at this point I've stopped fighting it and I'm just accepting it, honestly. And the
Just like Clash of Clans, just like Dragon City, man. Like, there are a lot of games that are like this. I feel like he's being unnecessarily harsh to game out. I mean, what do they call it? Gameloft. Like, a lot of this is just a mobile thing rather than a Gameloft thing. They're not being greedy. They're just following the industry standard.
ponies from the show actually have voice lines, and surprisingly enough, a lot of the voice actors from the actual show show up in the game.
Wow, Twilight! You played so well, you earned a star!
Better than Clash.
So that's pretty nice, I guess. The main gameplay loop here is to just expand your territory, build things, and play with the ponies. Yeah, there are like these small mini games you can have, and honestly, I enjoyed them more than the actual game. So yeah, I basically unlocked Fluttershy and then stopped playing. Well,
You
it was
probably
not
just don't like this
necessarily
type of
one of my
game.
favorite games. I have seen people enjoy this game, so
Yeah.
if you're a fan of the show, maybe give it a try. You might like.
I don't even think you have to be a fan of the show. I think you have to like be creative mind, you know, someone who wants to expand your building. I think this is the type of guy who wouldn't like something like a Sims free play, you know, a Dragon City. It's basically all the same game. This is Clash Royale just without the clan wars. Like, are you a gangster? Do you want to get into a gang war, you weirdo?
I have seen people enjoy this game, so if you're a fan of the show, maybe give it a try. You might like it. Gameloft is one of the biggest game developers on mobile devices, and while their games are much better than their competitors,
Yep.
they don't see themselves above using the same scummy tactics used in any other cash grab game made in less than a week.
Yo.
Seeing some of their games makes me think that there are still people at Gameloft that care about what they make. But the majority of the people there have no intention of making good games, but rather just filling a quota to maximize Gameloft's income. Researching this video has made me realize that no matter how high quality a game is, it cannot compete with a game that has even the slightest bit of passion behind it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.
Man, what a way to end it. I truly thought he was the biggest Gameloft hater of all the time, but it sounds like he does understand that the games are good. They are using the industry standard tactics, but since they're such a big company, he just wants them to do a little bit better, which everyone can understand, you know? You're a massive company, you can change the landscape of things, and then you're not doing it. We should look at you some type of way, man. Shout out to my boy Jax. Once again, another banger video from him. If you want to check out more of his videos, I'm going to link this video down in the comments, so go check it out for yourself, because it was absolutely amazing. I mean, that was one of the more boring reactions from me. Obviously, I've played some Gameloft games in the past, but the only one I can remember now is the Asphalt games. The rest of them, like, I can't remember at all. So if y'all boys want to see me play some more Gameloft games, like, get reacquainted with them, let me know in the comments. But I'll see you next one, broskies. Do say.